Hello everyone, today we are doing something a little bit different. We're going to be reviewing some of my hands from the $11 Zoom tournament. I'm joined here by the wonderful, the marvellous, world-class, renowned tournament crusher, KidGuaje, that's right.
That's me.
That's you.
I mean, that's quite the bold claim in an introduction, but I'll take it.
Well, that's probably why you didn't respond when it was your cue.
Oh
Anyway.
yeah, I was like, you can't be talking about me, right?
Yeah,
I mean, I've only won the $1 bounty builder once.
Oh, shit, man. I thought you'd won that one like 100 times. Alright. So, I have just selected all of the hands that I think are at least contentious from this tournament. Obviously, there's just a lot of very standard fold pre's. I haven't put those in or anything. But we'll just get right to it. Is that alright?
Yeah.
Alright, so...
Of course.
First hand here, 100 big blinds deep. The button raise. What are we doing here with ace-5 suited?
I'm 3-bet on this all day.
Yep, I thought so as well. At 100 big blinds deep, would you have a flatting range here? Do you think?
Yeah, especially in such a soft field, I think you can get away with a bit more flatting. Just simply because the big blind isn't going to squeeze as much. I mean, it's an $11 Zoom tournament, so you can flat the Jack-9 of diamonds here if you want to.
Yeah, fair enough. I don't know. I tend to play the spot very similar to 100 big blinds cash.
While that makes sense, I think you want to be 3-betting a little bit more because of the existence of the ante.
Yeah, of course that makes sense. Yeah. All right. Next hand. I think this is a bit of a fucking blunder, to be honest.
I'm excited to see it.
But
Ace-Jack,
this guy opens quite large. And we decide to flat. You're just mucking this, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. We should.
I mean, it's full ring, right? So even against a min raise from this position, Ace-Jack off isn't doing too well.
Yeah. Don't really know what was.
If you're on the button, it becomes a lot more reasonable. But
even then, still probably just mucking.
Yeah, it's such a big raise.
Yeah. Do you think we ever go for the 3-bet this stack size?
You could do. However, in a soft tournament like this, you tend to expect the bigger raises to be more strong.
Yeah. That's
So
my thoughts as well.
I guess it's not a disaster to do it once in a while, but definitely don't do it too often.
Okay. We get a pot size bet, and we just fold.
Yeah, that's reasonable.
Yeah,
for sure.
This is just going to be pretty nuttish, right? Yeah.
Ace of the time.
It's just aces and ace king a lot, isn't it? Yeah.
Another exploitative read on Zoom tournaments is that people tend to open tighter because it's Zoom, so they can just fold and see the next hand. So that's another reason to just fold it pre.
Yeah. Yeah, pretty happy with that. All right, next one. This is one where I didn't VPip, but I think we might be supposed to, and I'm not sure.
I would be opening it. It's not like a super plus EV open in a Zoom tournament. The players behind are going to have snap fold tick to bunch, right? So you can open this position a bit wider, and there's an ante in the middle. So ace-5 seems.
Yeah, it's only one position off what I would open in no antes. So yeah, okay.
I think in the cutoff here, I would be opening all the aces except ace-6 and ace-7.
Sure. All right. So we're going to limp on the button here. Now I tend to over limp these spots from the small blind pretty damn wide. But I'm assuming you think this is fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Any suited combination.
Is good
easy.
enough. It's good enough. Yeah, for sure. Right,
I'm curious what the bottom of your completing range here would be.
I tend to use. I mean, it's pretty damn wide for sure. I would probably over limp any suited combo and any connector.
So what about the 3-5 off?
Probably not 3-5 off or 6-4 off or that kind of stuff.
Okay, but the 10-8 off?
But 10-8 off definitely, yeah.
Okay. So what's the lowest one gapper?
The lowest one gapper, probably like maybe like 8-6 off. I don't know. I'm just guessing here.
Okay. I mean, I think you can get away with all the way down to 3-5 off.
Yeah.
3-5 off is kind of nice in a way because you're very rarely going to be dominated. But it's certainly not a disaster to just let the crappy hands go.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess with the antes, it's just like pretty fine, right? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, you're just getting insane odds.
All right. So we check flop. You wouldn't. I don't tend to do any leading in this kind of spot.
Yeah, that seems reasonable.
Yeah.
It's definitely a very good flop for the buttons range. So, yeah, I agree.
Sure. All right. Deuce on the turn after they both check. What do you think about betting here? Betting kind of big.
Well, the problem here is that if you're just betting every time you have a gut shot, you're going to be ridiculously over bluffing. But then it makes it a bit more awkward because there aren't any flush draws on the board. So, because you need to bet sometimes when you have a 10x or 9x. I think the ones you want to lean towards bluffing
I'm probably not going to be thinking too much about like having a super balanced range here, just because like, you know, at the end of the day, it's a limped pot in an $11 zoom, and they both check the flop. So you know,
but that doesn't mean, you know, they can still have like King Jack.
Yeah, exactly. That would be my concern. Yeah, and like 10-8 and 9-8 are big.
Yeah, that's why you definitely can't bluff with all of them. So I would bluff with a few select 10s, mostly, if possible, ones which block Jack X and 8x that might limp.
Yeah, so
like obviously like King 10, 10-7 seems like a good one.
Yeah,
and
that seems reasonable.
I mean, it's possible that's it. But you definitely can't go too crazy with.
Yeah. All right. Well, we do decide to check this time.
Yeah. Seems fine.
Which seems fine. Checks through. Jack River and I.
River? Oh, Jack.
Yeah. Okay. And I just don't see myself be able to fire now because we're just gonna get stationed by like any pair or any ace high, basically.
Yeah. No pair is folding. I don't think you might get ace high to fold if you bet big enough. But
even then, man, it's like that's definitely not folding, right? So yeah.
Yeah, right. Ace 8. Oh my! Wow, how does Ace 8 not value bet?
yeah, yeah, dude.
He's got the nuts.
All right. Next hand, as you can see, we have a spicy holding. I don't think this is that interesting.
This is a beautiful holding right here.
How wide do you think we can defend here? Do you think we defend like fucking like any two or like basically any two?
I don't think I would defend this one.
I don't think I'm pretty sure I didn't defend this one either.
I'm not 100% sure on this spot, but I know one of my biggest leaks, like a few months ago, was that I was overcalling too wide in the big blind. Now, the sort of low offsuit hands like this have less reverse implied odds than a hand like Jack 9 off. But still, I think 6-3 is kind of close. 6-4 you have to call. 6-deuce seems a bit.
I would definitely defend something like that. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Yep, I agree with you there. Cool. All right. Next one, ace jack off. Pretty sure we can.
Hey, you would have got a pretty good flop with the 6-deuce.
Not that good.
I mean, it's as good as 6-deuce flops.
Yeah, I guess. All right, ace jack off here, opening under the gun.
The 2.25x, I like it.
Yeah, the beautiful size. All right, 7-6-6. So, I assume you're okay with just thirding everything on this board, in this spot.
I'm not actually sure, because if you think, I mean, I guess so.
So here's my thinking, right? Like, in a spot here versus a good player, like, we probably don't want to third everything because their hand, because their range is pretty tight.
Range is pretty strong.
Yeah.
On this board.
Right, but if they are flatting way too often here, which is reasonably likely in a tournament like this, then I think it becomes pretty viable to third everything.
Yeah, especially when they're going to have hands like King Queen off.
Yeah, exactly.
But then again, how many times have you played like an $11 tournament on Stars
Not-
and just seen someone float King Queen off on this flop? Because I see people get like really sticky and float with King Queen. I don't know what it is about that hand.
Fair, fair enough. I haven't really played enough of these kind of tournaments to know, to be honest.
But yeah, I don't think third pot can be that bad.
It can't be that bad, no. And I mean, at least for me,
And if you're ever getting him off like any equity, then it's pretty good.
yeah,
So yeah, I can get on board with
I
it.
do get the call. Pretty clear check on the turn. I don't see any merit to barreling this hand.
No.
Get the check back, bang it out on the river, and I think we just have a really clear
Sizing
value
here
bet.
is a bit... Yeah, you have to bet, but the sizing is strange.
I mean, when he checks
I'm
back
interested.
turn, when he checks back turn, he's not. I don't really expect him to have hands like 8s and 9s, right?
He could, but I'd put him more on like pocket 4s type hand,
Yeah, exactly.
or
But,
like maybe some middle like 7-8 suited, I guess.
yeah, perhaps.
It's possible he also has ace high.
Yeah, I think the way I thought about this spot was that I think it's really hard to get called by anything worse than ace-x. So we just need to maximize value versus ace-x.
But how much ace-x calls pre and then floats the flop?
It's hard to know, but versus a third on this board, I think it's pretty reasonable that any ace-x he does call pre might float flop. I think it's at least plausible.
I think it's unlikely they call ace-9 pre. I mean, I've seen people do it in $11 tournaments for sure, but I think you're more realistically looking at like ace-10 plus.
Right. So you think to go small, try and get some
I think to go small to squeeze out value pairs less than an ace, and sometimes you induce a spewy raise as well.
Yeah, that's nice. Yeah, I'm tempted to agree in hindsight. This size seems a bit like.
I think this is probably the worst size. I think going big is better than half pot.
Yeah, I agree. This size just seems like so middle of the road, just like I don't fucking know.
Yeah.
Kind of size. Yeah, I agree.
They just have an easy decision with basically everything now.
Yeah, pretty nice that he just had exactly
paid
ace
by
10.
the ace-10. Yeah.
Didn't get paid enough. All right.
What a terrible call pre.
Yeah, and on the flop, I would say.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Pocket threes here. Do you think we're just mucking here?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Too many players behind.
I thought that me of a month ago might have peeled that, but no.
I mean, me of some time ago would have definitely peeled that.
Yeah. It's a full 3x. Do you think if it was like a 2.2x we would maybe peel?
I'd still say no.
Yeah.
But it makes it closer.
Yeah.
In a bounty tournament, if it's 2.2x, you can consider peeling. Because you have more implied odds, but...
Yeah, makes sense. Alright, here. King, 10 of diamonds. We open it up.
I like it.
We get 3-bet. There's a cold call. And you're peeling this all day, right?
It's a very small 3-bet as well.
Yeah, and I mean, I think we might be able to fold versus the 3-bet if Grossmaster over here didn't cold call.
How deep are we? Like 80 blinds? Yeah, you have to peel here. It really sucks though because you're dominated a lot, so you need to be very careful post flop. Getting over 4-1.
I agree that we should absolutely be peeling here, but somehow I just didn't find the peel. I probably fast folded before I saw someone cold call.
I reckon you folded before you saw the cold call.
Yeah, I think that's probably what happened there. Yep. All right, King Jack of Hearts, opening it up. This time, for some reason, go for the full 2.5x. Not sure what happened there. And yeah, lol. I don't know why.
Are you multi-tabling at
I
this
don't know
point?
why I put this in. Probably, yeah.
Oh my god, he just jammed.
I mean, I don't really know why I just put this in. but yeah, I mean, I think we can safely fold, yeah. All right. It's Jack. So we open it up under the gun, get a cold call from the small blind. King, Queen, Jack. So I can definitely see some merit in just thirding everything on this board. I can also see some merit in just bombing a lot on this board.
I can also see merit to doing a lot of checking on this board.
Yeah, my thoughts exactly.
Now, what's your opinion on how the average $11 NL Zoom tournament player plays the small blind here? What do you think his range is?
When he cold calls,
Yeah.
lots of pairs and suited Broadway type hands. Lots of middle to low pairs and suited.
I agree, and that makes me want to lean towards just thirding with basically everything.
Yeah, that makes sense. Because he doesn't. He definitely doesn't have sets usually.
Yeah, very rarely has sets. Ace 10 and 10-9 are possible.
Yeah, so we can't really go too hammy, I don't think.
Yeah.
We can't really go too
lots of pocket pairs, lots of suited connectors, and some broadways. So just going a third seems good to get rid of all the trash, because you should have a good chunk of fold equity.
Yeah.
And then...
But, versus the trash, we just have them so dead, right? We
That's
don't...
true, but
we're
not thinking about specifically when we have the ace-jack here. What about if we have...
with every hand in our whole range, almost every hand in our range has pocket eights dead here.
Yeah, that's true. Actually,
that's so. I thinking about it, I really like polarizing, and
okay. So betting what percentage at what frequency?
Probably betting 75% pot with a decent chunk of our hands, but checking a lot of the one pair stuff.
I'll tell you one big advantage to betting with the ace jack here in particular is that we have the ace of hearts, so we block all the ace high backdoor heart floats.
Yeah, that is nice for sure. I just think if we bet ace jack here, though, we just kind of get called by better and get into fold.
This specific hand really wants to check.
Yeah.
So in an $11 tournament, that's what I would do.
Yeah,
it's just an interesting spot for ranges overall.
But it definitely is. Yeah, I think the strat is to go for 80% pot with quite a lot of our holdings. The other thing about this spot is he's gonna have a lot of Queen 10, King 10, Jack 10 that are just gonna be super inelastic, right?
Yeah.
So I would look to go quite big.
Well, if they're being inelastic, that's a reason to go small.
When we have a bad hand, but it's a good reason to go big when we have a good hand, right?
Yeah. In an $11 tournament, I'd just play this pretty straightforward and check behind.
I that's what I decided to do. I imagine I autopiloted it for sure. 10 of spades. Oh no! Of course we don't get the good turn, James. Of course we don't get the good turn. Give me a sec. Louis Vin says, in the King 10 of diamonds hand when the dude cold calls, is 4-betting ever an option? Really don't like it with King 10 of diamonds. People aren't going to be 3-betting enough.
Yeah, you want to pick. You want to pick. I mean, realistically, in an $11 tournament, you want to only have a 4-bet value there. I think
it's pretty reasonable. Yeah. Yeah.
And if you're ever going to bluff, just use the ace 4, ace 5 suited.
Yeah, I agree. All right, so back to the ace jack hands. So we did check, get a 9. Now we are going to have definitely going to have some 10x. He does go for the tiny bet. I think we just have to peel here, right?
Yeah, you have no choice here based on the price.
Yeah. The interesting spot is the river, though.
Oof. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, this is a pretty fucking weird spot.
My first instinct was to raise here, but I don't think I like it.
I think it's... when you say raise here, I really can't decide if you think it's a value or not.
No, as in raise big as a bluff.
To try and get him to fold a 10.
So, yeah, but I don't think a 10 folds enough.
I really don't see how we can really get a 10 to fold here.
Yeah, I don't like it.
We have one flush combo in our range.
Yeah. So I think you just have to pay because smaller 2 pairs are possible.
Yeah, that's what I thought as well.
You really don't like it that much.
Do you think that it's too cheeky to go for a very small raise here?
I think so.
A value.
Yeah.
You think it's too cheeky?
There's just too many 10x.
Mm.
Even ace queen is possible.
Yeah.
Some splashes.
All right, I largely agree with you. Luckily, this time he did just have the absolute ace 9.
Ace 9.
Which is an
Well,
interesting.
in that case, we should have shoved.
Yep.
Or just like min raise.
If only we had the mic powers. If only,
The Mike Postle power.
if only we had the power of Postle thinking. Oh dear. Right. Okay. So we face a limp from a 35 or so big blind stack. We have king 5. I think this is a pretty clear check. Would you agree?
Yeah, this seems fine to check back.
Yeah, sure. I guess the thing I wanted to ask about, so do you think we're raising quite like a polar range here? As in like raising some absolute wank and some pretty good hands?
I tend to do a lot of raising here.
Yeah.
Because I think, first off, bad players are quite face up. So when they limp, they're usually going to be weak. You won't see traps.
And the limp jams will just be super strong as well. Yeah.
Yeah, and once you raise, you can just see bet most boards and win it. So.
Yeah, that seems reasonable as well. Yeah. All right.
I think King 5 is, while it's a decent hand to do it, it's not a hand that you always want to be raising. So.
Yeah, I mean, I tend to check the worst Ace X and King X to protect myself on some boards.
Yeah, and then
It's
I
definitely
raise
reasonable.
a lot. Like, I raise really wide for value. Like, I'll raise, like, King 9 off.
Yeah, sounds about right, yeah. Cool, alright, so we go for the stab here, getting checked to with King 5. What do you think about this? I'm not sure I like it in hindsight.
I'm not a fan of it because of the sizing.
Do you think we would have to go bigger here?
Yeah, I think you want to go bigger.
I tend to, in these blind v blind limp spots, I tend to always min bet flop when I bet, but that's probably a mistake.
I mean, it can't. It's hard for it to be a massive mistake, so it can't be that bad. But the way his limping range connects with this board, he's going to have a lot of weak pairs and a lot of like gut shots and straight draws.
And I think if he, most people just stab most of their air on the board like this as well. Is a concern.
Definitely a good chunk of it, and they definitely stab with their good hands.
Yeah.
So yeah, I would bet something in the region of 110, 120.
Oh damn.
Just to maximize fold equity against like the 6-4, the 6-5.
Fair enough. Yeah, fair enough.
6-7. Because think about if you min bet this flop, 6-7 just has an incredibly easy PO.
Yeah, and he just like
6-7,
never ever has a queen or something here, right? Yeah.
You even start putting an 8 in a really rough spot.
Yeah. So we can just get people to fold range.
Yeah, you can
If we
just
just start
bully them.
mashing it. Sick. All right, fun. All right, I'll let you know next time I just stack off
Yeah.
in the blind v blind
Next
spot.
in the group chat is just going to be, hey James, I took your
Hey
advice
James,
and
you
punted off
fucking
the stack.
Yeah, I know you're a wide defender of blinds once again. But I think this hand is kind of close.
You don't defend this, do you?
Oh well, I don't in real time, but I've been known to be 100% defender of blinds before now, and I imagine this isn't that losing of a call.
I mean, it is an early position open,
That's true.
and it's not even a min raise.
Yeah. All right. Anyway, we
Against the
do
button min raise, you can defend this.
we do find the disciplined fold, so it's all good.
Okay.
All is
Stephen
good.
Jedwick would have folded.
Ah, right, okay, that's good to know. All right, here we go for the limp with the 9-4 suited. Pretty standard, I think.
Yeah.
Queen 9-6 rainbow. So
I feel like you stab here.
I feel like I would normally stab here. I decided to check this time.
Okay.
What do we think?
I would normally check here. I would stab my 9x with better playability, like 9-8, 9-7, 10-9.
Jack 9, yeah, that kind of stuff, yeah.
Also, then you get called by worse 9s, whereas with 9-4, you only ever get value from draws and the 6x. So.
Yeah, sounds about right. Yeah, I'm tempted to agree. I'm just a bit worried about like having a super face-up checking range. But I guess if we're
just like check some queen jacks once in a while.
Sure. Yeah, that seems okay.
And it doesn't really matter that much in a $11 tournament anyway.
I disagree. All right, we're obviously calling this.
Yeah.
Yep. Pretty good turn. We get the check back. Any merit to leading the turn? I think it's weirdly mergy to lead
No,
the turn.
I don't like it.
Yeah.
Because you're going to stab most of your queen X on the flop.
Yeah, exactly. And the river.
Good river.
It is a good river. I'm probably calling this. I
Yeah.
think. Yeah.
You have to. You just have to.
There's just too much that bricks. This is too good of a bluff catcher.
It's like an excellent bluff catcher.
Yeah, which is why we're gonna nit shame October Adam.
Oh.
I don't know what was going on there, but this is definitely a call looking back. Yeah.
Definitely a call.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Next hand, it's another blind v blind spot.
Did you consider value betting yourself on the river with the 9-4?
I can't see it being that good. I think the range, if we go back here, I mean, I can't see it being that good.
Yeah, I agree. I think you can value bet was better 9x, but with the worst 9x, you want a bluff catch.
It's just like we have to get paid by exactly a 6, right?
Yeah.
A 6 that might fold.
Checks flop quite a lot of the time as well.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's just too thin, I think, for sure.
What's the weakest 9 you would value bet?
Probably like 10-9. Maybe 9-8.
Like what?
Probably like 10-9, maybe 9-8.
Yeah, I think that's a good. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was thinking 10-9, but 9-8 could.
9-8 is very close, I think. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So here we limp ace 3. Again, I'm just limping the worst of the ace-x.
Yeah, seems fine.
Reasonable. I'm pretty sure I stab this flop just every time. Thoughts?
Yep.
Yep. You're just stabbing everything on this board, right?
Pretty much, yeah. I'm stabbing somewhere between 90 and 100%.
Yeah, sure. Cool. All right, King 9 of diamonds.
Oh, beautiful hand.
All right, we get called by the button. Queen 10-8 with a flush draw.
Hold on, flop hasn't loaded for me yet. Okay. Not the flush draw we wanted.
No, it's not. No.
I tend to just give this one up.
Yeah, I think this is gonna just like smash the button flatting
Just
range.
absolutely
It just
kills their range, doesn't it?
It does, yeah. So probably a similar strategy to the King Queen Jack board. Here, I think where we just like bet good hands.
Yeah, bet good hands and good
for a big
draws and check
size.
the rest.
Yeah, yeah,
Like if
I
you had
agree.
King 9 of Hearts here.
yeah. Definitely would mostly bet King 9 of Hearts. I think there's an argument to check raise stuff like King 9 of
Oh
Hearts.
yeah, there certainly is, but I think at this stack depth, just bet.
Fair
But
enough.
really, with King 9 of Hearts, you can't go wrong.
Yeah, fair enough. Fair enough. And we just fold to a bet.
Yeah.
Right, this hand is pretty spicy. We get a full
All right,
3x
I'm excited.
from the hijack. Decide to go for the defend with 7-3 suited. You assume you're fine with this.
I can get on board with it. Yeah.
It's-
In a tough field, you want to fold, but in this tournament,
I
it's
mean, the
fine.
fact he went full 3x suggests that it might not be that
That's true.
tough. But then the odds get worse. So yeah, all right, pretty good flop.
That's a fun flop.
Check as we would with everything. Get the check back. Bang it out on the turn.
Oh, that's the way to bang it out as well.
Yeah,
5?
absolutely. So thoughts on what to do here?
I mean, it's just a sizing question, right?
Well, no.
You don't think so?
So here's the thing, right? I expect most people to bet a lot on this flop,
I agree.
even versus the big blind, right? So the checking range, probably not terribly strong.
Yeah.
Right.
I can agree with you there.
Uh-huh. So I decided to check raise.
But what do you expect to bet? Like what? Ace Jack of Diamonds isn't just gonna suddenly start
But
bombing into you.
it's also just never ever gonna call, you know. Like if he has like
I mean,
ace jack
it
of diamonds,
might if you go small because it has a gut shot.
it's true. We could go small for that kind of thing. I wouldn't mind going small, but I sort of just think this is a super hard spot to get value. Generally.
Yeah, I mean, it is a very hard spot to get value,
Mm-hmm.
but I don't really see many hands which are going to bet here after checking flop.
Yeah, that's true.
So I think if you check the turn, it goes check check way too often, and when you have such a small flush,
That's
you definitely
really
don't
bad.
want it to go check check very often.
Yeah.
Like if you have a bigger flush, then checking becomes better. I think.
So do you think this is a good spot to just go like 200 with tons of hands?
Yeah.
That's how I see it.
Yeah, because then you can do it with like ace four and just deny a ton of equity from king queen.
Okay. One of the nice things about check raising is this can happen.
Did you bang off the six of hearts? Oh,
nah,
it's nice.
we banged off the ace of diamonds, which is way better than the six of hearts. I would say. It's a way better card than the six of diamonds.
I just like making straight flushes. You want to check raise again, don't you?
I'm pretty sure I check raised, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Because now we have like hands that can definitely bet call, right? I think going really large on the river could be good as well.
Yeah, I think going like really large might be slightly better.
Like, how large are we talking? Are we talking like 500 or like 800?
I'm talking like pot.
Yeah.
Yeah, like 600. But the thing is that if he has ace jack of clubs, and you check to him, he's going to bet small, and then probably fold to a raise. Whereas if you just bomb it, you put that hand in the bin.
Yeah.
And the hands that will bet call are the ones which have the ace of hearts, and most of those are going to bet the turn.
Yeah, or the flop. Yeah. Yeah, I agree with you in hindsight. However, this time he does pay it off.
Nice.
Look at the wizard. I guess he has the
he
jack
half
of
pots
hearts
it as well.
Yeah. I guess he has jack of hearts.
He does have the jack of hearts, but still.
But yes, I think I agree with your logic there.
His call is terrible.
Yeah. Yeah.